Hello. For this video, I'm going to discuss Codility.com's Jurassic Code. So this is a previous challenge that was posted last July. So given a set of points on a plane, find the largest number of points that can be enclosed within a circle centered on the origin, such that the number of red points and green points inside it is equal. So to better visualize this, let's go straight to the challenge. So here, I already pasted the code that I made last month. So that was August, a month after the challenge was posted. There are n points numbered from 0 to n-1 on a plane. Each point is colored either red or green. The kth point is located at coordinates x, k, y, k, and its colors k. No point lies on coordinates 0, 0. We want to draw a circle centered on coordinates 0, 0, such that the number of red points and green points inside the circle is equal. What is the maximum number of points that can lie inside such a circle? Note that it is always possible to draw a circle with no points inside. So write a function that, given two arrays of x, y, and the string colors, returns an integer specifying the maximum number of points inside the circle containing an equal number of red points and green points. So there is the graph. For the first example, given array x 402, -2, array y 412, -3, and colors string of RGRR, your function should return 2. The circle contains points 0, 1, and 2, 2, but not points -2, -3, and 4, 4. So here is the graph to better visualize the challenge. So there are 4 points, and then the colors are indicated by this string RGRR. So RG, RR. So if we increase the size of the circle, it will contain more red points than green points. And if we decrease the size of the circle, it will only contain one green point. So the value that we should return is 2 because there are 2 points inside this circle. So another example would be this one. Given 1, 1, -1, -1, 1, -1, 1, -1, and RG, RG. So the value that the function will return or should return is 4 because at any size, it's only 4 or 0. If we make a circle smaller than this, then there will be no points inside the circle. If we make a bigger circle, it will not matter. It will contain all those 4 points, and since those 4 points are a pair of red and green, then we will return the total. So for another example here, the circle contains no points because if we increase this up to here, it will already contain 3 points because the radius of those 3 points are the same. So we don't want that. We can't have an unequal number of green and red points. So our radius, or I mean the number of points a circle, the max number of points a circle here for this example can contain 0, the max number of equal red and green points. So let's go to the code now. So I imported two functions. So the math function and the counter function to simplify my code. So it's just it's less than 50 lines long. Or less than 40 if we remove the blanks and the comments. So the first thing in our solution, I made an array that will contain the radiuses, the radii of the circles. So this is the loop that will populate this array. This is the formula for the radius of a circle, square root of x squared plus y squared. And then done through the length x. So that is how many points we have. We can use length y. We can use the value of the string. It won't matter because they all have the same length. And then I made another list. This time, aside from the value of the radius, it also contains the value of the color, if it's red or green. So now we have two arrays, points and r, and then we sort them so they are in increasing value, so that if we go through the array, we only have to go through it once. That would be the most efficient way. Then I initialized some variables that will be used to count the points. So capital R is the number of red points, capital G is the number of green points. Max will be the max number of points inside the circle that we will return. So max should be the number of red plus the number of green. So check will hold the value of the radius at the point we are checking. Then we have two counters, one for points and one for the list R. Then finally we have C and D. So this will count the number of red and green points. The same with this, but these two variables will just be used for somewhat different way, in a somewhat different way. So this one will count the number of red and green, but this one will count from this arrays, from counter and count. So let's proceed. So this is our loop. If points P1, so the second index 1 contains the information for colors here. So it's either R or G, capital R or capital G. If its value is R, then we add 1 to R. If it's G, we add 1 to G. And then it's the same for this below. So let's just look at the one side. So for example, at 0.01, it's R. Then we add 1. Then we check if the value at R0 is the same as check. Since our initial value for check is 0, we are sure that at the first iteration, it will pass through here. And then it will count the number, it will count the points at that radius. For example, here. So counter for RP, R0, which is green, for example, this one, so 2, then C will have a value of 2. And then for D, since for this example it's 1, then D will have a value of 1. So C is already 2, D is already 1. But, for example, R is still just 1. Or, I mean, yes, R is still just 1 and G is still 0 because we haven't gone through the loop, the array yet. So, the next check is if the number of green points and red points are equal. So, for this example number 3, it's not, then max will remain 0. But if we are looking at example number 2, so this is an easy example. So, the radius is just the same. The value of C will be 2, the value of D will be 2. The value of R will still be 1 because we're just at the first index, I mean at the first point, first position. And then we looped here 3 more times. Then we will end up with R with R2, G with value of 2. And then we already know that C and D from the first part is already 2. It will only pass this once because if we are analyzing at the value of radius square root of 2 for this example, it will only pass here. It will only pass through here once. So we don't have any problem here with overcounting. And then for the first example, so for example, we are already at point 3. So this is point 3, position 2. Because this position 0, position 1, position 2. Because we sorted, remember, we did this. So we already have if increment here 0, we will go through here. R is now 2. And then since it has 1 from the previous value here, it will add 1 here. So D will be 2, C will be 1. So it will not pass through here. Because we need to have those two values the same. And then we increment again, and then it will not pass through here again. So the final answer we will be stuck with this 2 because it won't pass. It will not pass this condition anymore. And this is the only condition that will changes the value of our max. So that is the end of the code. The part that counts the number of red points is the same with the part that counts the number of green points, so I don't need to repeat that. So we just return the max value. We run the code. So that sample tests all says it's okay. Then we try to submit this. And verifying your solution. Let's wait. Okay. Still being evaluated. So let's wait for the result. It may take a while. But if it's correct, then it will show a certificate that we finished the challenge. So, 100, 100. So here. So that's it. Thank you for your time and goodbye.